I cut down a 100-foot tall poplar tree. The first thing that I like to do is score my face cut on the front of the tree where I'm going to be cutting out the notch. I don't like using the crosshairs on the chainsaw. I score the front of the tree and then I raise my arm up perpendicular to show me the direction that the tree is going to fall. And it's going to fall that way because I wedge it over. And this is coming from the man who's milling these logs. Don't put in a deep face cut. It's a waste of gas, of board footage, and you're more likely to bust the tree. Remember, the face cut here is the start of creating a hinge, which gives the tree direction when it falls. Now I'm going to create the hinge first, which means I'm going to bore the chainsaw in right behind the face cut. And I'll always want to know where the tip of my chainsaw bar is. Once the chainsaw is shoved in far enough and the hinge is long enough, I'm going to pull back a little bit and then I'm going to bore out the center of the hinge. This will keep the tree from busting. If the treetop catches another treetop on the way down, the trees will more than likely roll. And that's what causes them to bust if the center of your hinge isn't cut out. If you bore out the center of the hinge, the tree will just roll off of the stump instead of breaking up the butt log. Now that I have my hinge made, I'm just going to walk the chainsaw around. And it was honestly a pretty windy day when I was cutting, so I put a wedge in once I cut out enough of the tree. The wedges keep the tree from sitting down and pinching my chainsaw bar. Or if the tree isn't actually leaning the direction that I want it to fall, I put these behind the cuts and I hit them with an axe or a hammer until the tree goes over. And just so everybody knows, I'm one of those lumberjacks who doesn't yell timber. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you hear big trees falling or a big chainsaw running, it's probably not safe to go down into the woods. I've given enough explanation. Subscribe or follow and enjoy the rest of the video. Here, he's marking the heart crack. And now he's boring a notch that's in line with that heart crack. Special sawdust is going to go inside. And this is all because this log is very heavy, and the log kickers will have a hard time rolling it onto the carriage. So we half it up. And now I'm going to be packing in the special dust, and I have a 2-minute long fuse. And I'm going to say, don't try what you're about to see at home. There's a lot of safety precautions that take place that you don't see. Happy 4th of July. Share and follow if you found this entertaining.
Happy 4th of July. Subscribe.
Bye.